Hello YouTube, Jared here. Welcome back to Games Done Slow and Bad, where we play games slowly and very often badly. Without further delay, let's jump back into Illusions of Gaia. When we last left off, I had done everything I wanted to do in South Cape to progress the story. I got all of the necessary red gems that I needed to collect, because those guys are trolly as anything. And I was about to head off to Edward's Castle, where I will be able to progress the story a little bit, show you some combat, hunt for some more of those truly red gems that you have no rhyme or reason to go looking for. Where do you go? Edward's Castle. So, this is the travel. You don't go through sort of loading zones, you don't go through sort of adventure zones where you're sort of fighting guys in between. It's very story, conversation driven. So here's Edward's Castle, which when I was a kid, this sort of foreground, background, sprites in between thing, I thought was nuts. And it uses it to hide things, which is probably the best part. This is King Edward's Castle. I must report this intrusion. Will shows a letter to the guard. The guest of the king, I'm sorry, you may pass. So, knight statue, pretty cool. Oh my god. Oh my god. When I was a kid, I lost my mind doing this. Because, you know, there just had to be something hidden back here. Just, no, there's not really. Oh my god, I'm hidden again. It always felt like in this level, you spent more time hidden by columns than you did seeing yourself on this map. So, again, game telling you exactly what to do. Okay. He's having breakfast. Wait a while, then enter. Oh. Okay. So, there's a bunch of places you can go into. For some reason, no one thought to actually secure this castle, which I think is great. So, here's a bedroom. There's no other zone sort of in the bedroom. You can see the next zone over, which is where the king sits. So, here is a maid, and talking to everyone is a great idea in this game. That will be meaningful later. Throw that in the back of your head and sit on a while. There's a payoff later in the game that is absolutely gruesome, but so awesome. In exchange, I will give you 1 red jewel. Don't raise your voice and mind your manners. Just to show you, this is the inventory screen, so you can see I just got another red gem. So, the red gems, and actually items in general, are kind of awkward in this game. This is the number of slots you have available to you for everything. There's some healing herbs you can get later on. There's some various quest running items you have to go get. This is where they all end up stored up. So, I select that, and then I hit the B button, and I raise the red jewel, and it flies away to Gem the Jeweler. I actually intentionally neglected him earlier, because there's no reason to do it until after we get through here. So little blips end up going off to Gem the Jeweler. He magically receives the items. But now my inventory is much cleaner. Not that I needed to do that. Speedrunners will do that, you know, because speedrunners will do anything to keep their menuing down. This is the underground prison. Innocent people can't enter. Oh. Oh. Hey, this is the prison where people disappear to. Well, thank you. That's good to know. I don't want to go over there. Thank you. So again, where am I? Where am I? Where am I? So your will, you were summoned by King Edward? Be careful when you meet with him. Bunch of hints coming from these NPCs that this is not a good guy. I love you. Well, he's, well, shy. But somewhere in the world, there is someone who is thinking of me. Who is not a conversationalist. So, as a kid, this was pretty awesome. This sort of background. It moves a little bit with you. At least it doesn't stick on the sort of the same picture as you cross this giant bridge. Pretty cool. Here's another guard. Let's talk to him. This is the princess's room. Strangers can't enter. Well, we're not strangers. just a shabby boy. Again, thank you. I'm glad that my rough clothes disqualified me from talking to anyone. Oh, that voice. Let him in, or I'll tell everyone your old nickname. Oh, pardon me. Please enter. I'm at a loss. Well, so am I. Because if you're going to possibly get your head chopped off by the king, that is not, in my mind, a good reason to do so. I was told to bring the crystal ring to King Edward. Terrible, it's terrible. Again, my father is trying to take something important from someone. Yep, my business is finished here. Let me just check. I actually pulled a list in between episodes just to make sure I'm not going to kill myself for missing one of these things. Prison, 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 castle. Okay, so I got the one in the castle. The rest of these are in the prison. I am going to be super cautious about these gems. Many a time have I played this game and just complete sadness has overtaken me because I missed one of these stupid gems and mistakenly moved on to the next level. So this was sort of mind-boggling to me. Like, you walk up here. There's no other rooms in this castle. This castle has exactly one bedroom, one above us, 2 bedrooms, and is just full of pillars to support no additional rooms. I get it. Again, these maps, limited amount of space to put things. Let's talk to the queen. The king sent you the letter. Talk to him! Oh. Oh. Okay. Your will? You look so shabby. Again. Thank you, video game, for reminding me that I am a peon. Did you bring the crystal ring? No. I don't even know what you're talking about. How dare you say such a thing to me? What? The truth? Guards! Throw this impotent weasel in prison! Then go and find the ring. Yes, sir. So, that's the end of the game. We've been thrown in prison. You know, that's it. It's now Prison Simulator 1994. So, little things kind of sort of make this interesting. The lock. It's locked. Oh, thank you, Will. This moss has seen thousands of prisoners come and go. Those prisoners must have been encouraged by any sign of life. I don't think moss is generally going to encourage me. Oh. Again, same moss message. Let me do it again. That's just it. No, I give up. So now, Prison Simulator, we just wait for death. So that's the name of the game, just waiting for death. So this has been Games Done Slow and Bad, and we're just going to watch Will die in prison, and this was my favorite game. Oh, nope. It's today's ration of bread. Even moss drinks water. Bread. I like the sprite too. Like, very clearly you know this is bread. It's the worst thing he's ever tasted. Comment below what the worst thing you've ever tasted is, because that could be fun. For some reason, he really misses Grandma Lola's creative cuisine. So, snail pie for the win. Moldy, crusty bread, not so much. I'm just going to stand here in the corner and just wait for death. You know, I'll be fed bread every so often. So sleeping, dreaming, messages from spirits all play a huge role. So, also the flute. Will, this is your father. Father, you were a cute child, but now you've grown up. Dad, do you want to mention how shabby I look? Isn't Grandma Lola's pie delicious? No, Dad, it's not. You jerk. can't tell you now. No, well, I have a lot of time. I am in prison. Yes, if it's yours. No, you just... I never actually selected No, You Deserted Me, because why would you... Let's do it. I want you to save me. I too was once held in that cell. Look at the left-hand wall. Oh! Incan Ruins. So, flute goes silent. Neat little things there. Introducing to the statues. Oink oink. And here comes the absolute savior, Mr. Piggles. And Mr. Piggles is going to give me a key. The letter read, "Sorry to hear that you're in prison. It's terrible what my father's done, but hear what I have to say. I too am a prisoner, in a prison of silk and gold." You know, I'm currently eating stale bread in a cell full of moss, where basically I alluded to the fact that someone was chained to that ball and likely died. I don't think you have it so hard. But tonight, I will leave the castle forever. You also will be free. So that is the sound and sort of the scene that will always take place when you get something of importance in this game. Something is going to come up probably by the end of this episode that every time I see it makes me laugh out loud. Again, I think they were being serious with it. Probably culturally means something different. But man, I can't wait till we get there. So now I have a key. As he turns the prison key, the steel door opens with a dull sound. So, I'm going to free this guy. I don't need anyone's help. I can get out by myself. Alright, man. Enjoy death. That sounds like, you know, a lovely way to go. And here's another one of these mystical, magical portals. So that's an interesting little factoid, because that's basically telling you how you actually get stronger in this RPG. Interesting factoid, though, if you ignore all the enemies and just clear at the end of the level, it is going to catch you up, which I found fascinating as a kid, because it meant no matter how lazy and you know, just generally unable to get out of my own way I was always able to get back to the right level. Let me just check my listing again. Okay. Again, sorry for these short red jewel breaks. I'll probably edit them out. Alright, I gotta do this. Can I just put in this? Okay. Because otherwise, I'm gonna accidentally hit B 1,000 times and get the, hey, there's no key to stick this, no keyhole to stick this key in, you dolt. Alright, so here's the first enemy. It is a bat. Alright, yep, I did it again. So, here we go. Will has basically just this one sort of smack people with his flute move. He can do, I think, a sort of leap. Yeah, that sort of double tap leap, which is double the power of a standard hit. So there we go. I killed all the bats in this room. I got a jewel. With that jewel, my HP increased by 1. When you defeat all the enemies around you, a jewel will appear. Alright. Now, again, completely optional because you don't have to, but I'm going to probably do it because I need all of the help I can get in the world to get through these levels without dying a bunch of times. Like, I am an absolute noob. And, you know, I own that. So, this was always, I thought, really cool because, again, you know, these aren't just simple boxy dungeons. They had a lot of character to them. A lot of it was interactive. You'll see here in a sec. Destructible. Things were sort of jumping out of the water. Thing with the flute I should show you is, if I can get one shot at me. the flute is a shield. Really helpful when you're in combat with a bunch of stuff. Early on, much less helpful. I can pick things up out of the river with the flute. That's going to come in a whole bunch of handy as I sort of clear these guys out. Because sometimes when you kill an enemy, it's on another plane, and you can't easily get to it. Didn't hit that one in time. So as I collect these, you'll see my numbers go up top. I think it's 100 equals like an extra, essentially, life up. So if I die, I respawn the area rather than back at the save point. And again, I'm just using my noob strats of hit things with stick to get through this. So all of this is just sort of easy peasy. So again, now my strength is increased. I'm not sure if it tracks it. It does not. Oh, there we go. HP, strength, and defense. My item is a prison key, and just some little things that you can see there. So as I go through here, your enemies in this area are those sort of tentacle things, the bats, and then when you get to here, you get this little fluffy thing. You can hit it, and it yells at you. I spent hours hitting this thing, even after I knew what it was. It was like probably my favorite part of the game is just like smacking this stupid dandelion. The most frustrating thing in the world, though, is if you're trying to do this quickly, that dandelion gets in your way more often than it doesn't. Alright, he's going over there. Come on, tentacle guy. Done. Excuse me. Alright, so another bat. Hidden skeleton guy, again. Killing all these guys, not necessary. I will catch up, level up, but I am a lazy individual. And the thought of having to hit things more than I have to is sad. So here we go. This is a chest in the game. They are very obvious, and they have basically one way you can approach them to actually open them. That's from the front. You can't open it from the back, can't open it from the side. This is basically the standard RPG trap that I just noobishly get hit by. You know, sort of the spiny. And as we get to the end here, that was weird. We'll see a defense up. So defense up, as you saw, as I've been taking hits, I've been getting hit relatively hard. As my defense goes up, the hits don't count nearly as much, which is great when you are just as absolutely terrible as at things as I am. We're going to go through here, we're going to clear this out. This is unfortunately sort of a slow point. If you didn't care about getting all the things, you might not necessarily have to kill all these. The odds of you getting hit by one of those spears are fairly low. I mean, they give you a pretty healthy amount of warning that they're coming. The typical item dropping from the sky soundbite. And here we go. Now just a little bit of patience to get through here. So that's the only one that I reasonably have ever gotten hit by. Because it does not give you a tremendous amount of warning. And if you're just going to try and blitzkrieg that, it's not going to work out well for you. It won't go in! Maybe it's rusty. I say that to myself all the time. So, again, this game has told you 100 times you love jumping off of cliffs. Man, nothing makes you happier than jumping off of a freaking cliff. So, hey, here's a cliff. Oh, I'm so glad that didn't count as a hit, because I would have felt like such a freaking rookie. So, here's your first view of a spirit in this game. Spirits generally give you a little bit of information. They're all over every map. When you defeat the enemies, a shiny silver dark gem will appear. If you collect 100 of these, you gain 1 life. Even if you're defeated, you won't have to go back very far. Again, to this point you started at. So here's my red jewel. Again, why I'm being super cautious in these red jewels. They are trolly. If you went past this, there's no way back into this dungeon. You would just have to be sad and know that you can't complete the game on 100%. And here we go. Alright, for some reason brown bats significantly harder than blue bats, and my HP has increased. HP gives me a top up, and thank God for that, because that's just all sorts of sadness. So you saw that little dandelion go over here, we go over here, there's a button I hit the button, it doesn't do anything. That's because this button needs to be activated simultaneously because someone was a sick bastard who actually built this. Flower in the corner. Try playing the flute. Play the melody. Oh! This one? He softly played the melody he had learned from Lola. Again, music, huge plot trigger. Throughout this game, you're going to see him playing the flute, and it's always going to trigger something like this. Go to the switch on the right-hand wall. Basically, they didn't have any trust that you'd figure out that someone's going to hit this button for you. On the count of 3. When I shout, push the switch. Wait! I told you! You have to push them at the same time! Don't make a mistake or what? You're not my supervisor. I love this game because it was built to sort of spoon feed it to you. And when you're like 6, you make all of these mistakes. Now that I'm an adult, it would be embarrassing to not figure this out. But man, when I was 6, I was baffled. Nintendo Power was my best friend when this stuff came up. Let me just do a quick run through. Talking Spirit. Okay, so, if memory serves, this is the point where, yep, I can't hit it! I can't hit it! The game very quickly basically just spits in your face and is like, you're useless! You can't do anything about this! And, pretty much guides you in this general direction to deal with whatever's gonna come. Wow. 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 We're just gonna pretend that didn't happen and we're gonna kill him on the next go. Because that was sort of embarrassing. So you're forced this way. What do we got going on? All of the freaking eyeballs in the world shooting freaking missiles at you, making you sad. You kill the right one, it opens up a portal. Just housekeeping, get rid of them. Okay, this was the point where my mind was blown. Oh my god, what is that statue? It's a guy. He has a sword. What is going on? I'm so confused. Shape is only temporary. Try standing in front of the statue next to you. Will hears a voice in his head. Jesus, all of the times that I've heard voices in my head, and I could have turned into a freaking knight. I've been waiting for a long time for you to come. I am Freedan. That is awesome. Freedan? That is amazing. I am eternal. Let me help you on your journey. As time goes by, you'll come to understand my nature. So the voice in your head causes you to lose consciousness and think that you're a knight. Oh, this game. I love every minute of it. Here's where my 6-year-old mind was blown right there. Oh my god. I get to play as a freaking knight. So like Legend of Zelda, I get to sort of play as a knight. I mean, Link is a knight in that he has a sword, shield, and all sorts of little gadgets. This was a physical transformation from a child into a sword-wielding knight. Oh, and by the way, this switch, no big deal now. Killing bats, yeah, that's a 1-hit. Killing skeletons, yeah, that's a 2-hit. Everything about becoming Freedan was the best part of this dungeon. So this is where the game starts to throw harder enemies at you just because it wants to show you how many options you actually have available. And you'll get a few more skeletons at once now, which typically they only come in ones. The game really tunes it up here, knowing that you're now uber powerful relative to how you were before, and you're only just amazing if you've gotten all the gems to this point. I'm going to throw a quick break in here just to handle something really quick. I'll come right back. Again, it shows you blinking. It shows the enemy count around you and the item count. I think that's probably a red gem. We're going to go get that. We're going to knock out the enemies just like we've been doing. It's not the flute. Game. There we go. Nothing but. Oh, that sound. That sound takes me back. How many times did I just spend time hitting the freaking things just to hear that sound? Alright. There we go, red jewel. Oh, the running animation. Can we just enjoy this for a second? I'm really trying to blitz this through because there's one particular thing that is just iconic to this game in my mind. There's one line. And I'm trying to get there as quickly as humanly possible, but I'm not thinking we're going to get there this episode. I figure there's only a few minutes left. I'm trying to keep these things down in length to a, what I'd like to call a lunchtime type playthrough. Something you can watch on your break and then head back after. Nope. Actually, we're going to be good. Here we go. When the enemies are destroyed, Will can return to his original shape. And this was just like, wait a second. So he can just do this anytime he wants? Why would you not want to be the freaking knight? So, here's one. Just by the way. Excuse me. Why would you ever walk over here? I mean, other than nowadays knowing that that's the sort of place like a trolley developer would hide something. Like, if anyone's ever played, like, The Long Dark, I've watched plenty of playthroughs with Grayskull Plays, and just watching the places some of that stuff is hidden. It's that. Okay, here we go. Hint, you've seen this girl before, and you can match up the color and the writing, because color of writing equals people in this game. Girl, I saw you. Oh, thank you. But I'm surprised. Okay, why? You can change your shape like me. Oh my god, can you turn into a knight as well? I'm Lily. Okay, that's kind of weird. In Ittery girl, protected by the flower spirit. Okay, someone's been smoking something. How do you know a melody you could only have heard from us? I learned it from my grandma Lola. She hummed it whenever she was upset. Okay, I'm just gonna... I've had some of her pie. It tastes rather unusual, doesn't it? Yup. You want to call me shabby as well? I love the sound effects. And I currently have a headset on, and I'm not sure if this is going to come across well in the recording, but the fact that it sort of like comes from one ear to the other is just amazing. The elder is calling, I have to go. We'll meet again. Goodbye, Will. Okay. There we go. I can turn into a knight, you can turn into a dandelion. I think that I've won this battle. Okay, so now we're back in Edward's castle. We're gonna run through here, and now that guard who offered us the gem to not talk about him is asleep. This guard's asleep. These are the worst guards ever. Ah, it's you. You've escaped from the prison. Trust what I say. Run from this castle. It'd be terrible if King Edward found you were here. So, he's not going to let me go murder King Edward, because obviously that's where King Edward sleeps. That's the only other bedroom. But he's just like, nah, man, just run. This is not worth it. Pretty much everyone's decided that the king is an absolute jerk. Yep, and the worst guards ever. Of course, you've come, thank you. Old Snorehead. Sleeping again. That is not something that I'm willing to get my head lopped off for not protecting the king's daughter. Your little pig has come. His name is Hamlet. Cute, isn't he? He's very smart. He has some kind of strange pig power. Please, take me out of here. So, your first reaction is, I don't know if these guards stay asleep, because I'm new to this game, right? and you're like, oh my god, run, 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 exit. Oh wait, it'll be a long trip. We should take some food. Would you go to the cellar with me? Oh yeah, I'll go to the cellar with you. And you're just like, oh, I think someone put food in one of these barrels. Well, let's just count the barrels. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 28? I think it's 28. 28 barrels. Yeah, we're not going to go through and check 28 barrels. This is amazing. You found a large, yummy roast leg of yak! And I mean, game treats it like you just pulled the Master Sword, or, you know, like you've just beaten the main boss, like you've just dispatched Ganon. No, no, you found a large, yummy roast leg of yak! Everything's ready. So, the only food we're bringing is a roast leg of yak. We're 2 kids, we're going to wander out into God only knows where. And what if we brought some cooked meat with us, no vegetables, no bedrolls. At last we leave. Let's go to your house. I'm worried about your grandparents. So here's where the game, you know, takes over. And this is where I said basically, once you pop, the fun don't stop here. You do not get to go back to Edward's castle. I don't think you'd be welcome, but the game has made the decision that they're not even going to let you try. It's guiding me exactly back where it wants. I do always like these overworlds, though, where it shows you with multiple people walking around, because it gives you an idea of what exactly is going on. So again, it doesn't give you an option, and hey, this would have been a good sprite set for the pig tearing apart the house. What's happened? It's awful. Who would do such a thing? Maybe your jerk of a dad. My grandparents. He did just throw a kid in prison for not handing over something that the kid was unaware existed. I'll look upstairs. Again. I suspect there's a clue in the house. I suspect there's a clue in the house. One of the times the game is not letting me just go wander around aimlessly. Ooh, well, come here, quick. It's terrible, it's terrible. What happened? Look at the wall. This mark! A jackal! The jackal's here! Jackal? He's the hunter hired by my mother. Wow, your parents are dicks. An evil maiden who will stop at nothing. Excellent. Once he starts after you, there's no stopping him. Oh, that's wonderful. He has no regard for human life. Excellent. You hired Boba Fett to track down my family. That is just great. Oh, Dandelion Girl. Don't worry, you two. You're the one who... ... Kara, who are you? Again, I was literally just talking, but that's okay. You can take over this conversation. I'm Will's friend. Lily, do you know anything about this? No, Kara, I have no time for you right now. It's okay. Your grandpa and grandma are safe. They're in my village. Your village? Ittery village. Like, I like how she, like, looks at you. Like, just staring with her dead, beady, you know, however many bit eyes. My village has a barrier around it. Oh, magic. Can't explain a power set. Oh yeah, magic. It's cool. Don't worry about it. Ordinary people like you can't see it. Let's go, Will. I'm going too. It's far too dangerous for a princess. It's dangerous to go alone. Take this. You can't stop royalty. Ah, excellent. I do whatever I want. Yeah. Typical of a princess. I always found this to be sort of a funny little bit where, like, they sort of go back and forth. It's like, you can peace out now and just come back in a little bit. We're gonna go see Gem the Jeweler. Before I do that, just kick some of these other gems to him. After this, we're gonna kick off. This is a really important piece of the game. I just don't want to skip it over this episode. I am the Jeweler Gem. I control the 7 Seas. Excellent. You're psychotic. I'm holding 7 of the red gems for you, or jewels for you. you've collected more than 3 jewels. That is true. 7 is greater than 3. According to the list, you get the herb. Oh yeah, I get the herb. You receive the herb. You've collected over 5 jewels. According to the list, your defense power will be raised. Yep, raised by 1. Alright, let's see your inventory. So, herb, defense, life force, strength, psycho power, dark power. These things will make sense later. My secrets. We're going for the 50 in this run, so we will see all of these things. They will happen very much towards the end of the game. But without... Yep. Master of Disguises. You basically have to look around for them. With that, let us call it for today. Again, thank you everyone for joining in. I know that you have a tremendous amount of options on YouTube for entertainment, and we're happy you chose us. So, thanks everyone for watching. Hopefully you like this video. Comment below with your feedback. Comment below about the worst thing you've ever tasted, like we touched on earlier in the episode. Like us on Facebook. Subscribe to the channel. Tweet at us. games_done_slow. Or hit us up on Facebook. Thank you so much, guys. Have a good day, and we'll catch you with the next episode here shortly.